everyone, welcome to this fabulous interview episode of Electronic Cafe, because Mark and I have just spoken to a band that we absolutely have been champion and love. We spoke to Nic and Stan from Plastic Estate, who are opening up for us at the 229 in September. Mate, again, just lovely lads, right?
Really sweet guys. I mean, we spoke to them after we saw them a couple of years ago after the gig. Really lovely guys. It's great to be able to catch up with them. Fantastic band. We're thrilled that they're playing the Electronic Cafe 5 in September this year.
And I'm sure everyone watching this all love the band, and you know what to do then. Get your tickets, because as Mark says, the Electronic Cafe Live Volume 5 at the 229 on the 26th of September on a Saturday night.
Yeah, and all the links will be down below, so click on them, buy your tickets, and we'll see you soon. Famously, Mr. Simon Le Bon championed Plastic Estate early on. How did that all happen, and what's the story behind that?
We got a message on Instagram just saying we'd been tagged by Simon Le Bon, and straight away we just thought it was like a scam. We're still trying to think of how they found our music.
I mean, we had virtually no following at all. I think we only had maybe 3 songs out at the time, and they played 2 of them.
Hey love, where have you been? Hey love, I'm just south of heaven.
Hey everyone, welcome to this interview edition of the Electronic Cafe, and we've got 2 rising stars on this particular show. We've got Nic and Stan, aka Plastic Estate. They're in the Easy House. Gents, great to see you here. You know, you've been busy touring recently. We saw you've done some really good gigs. How's that been going for you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome, mate.
Yeah, no, it's been great. Yeah, we jumped on a tour with an act from Los Angeles called Nuovo Testamento. They're a sort of Italo synth-pop. And they were doing a huge sort of 6-week European tour. And we were sort of fortunate enough to join them on the UK dates, which was great. So we played sort of London, Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle, Glasgow. So all of the, a lot of the sort of main cities. Yeah, it was a blast. It was actually really nice to get up, driving around the country. A lot of driving, a lot of petrol. No, it was great. I think we were quite surprised and kind of humbled by the response we kind of got. So it was great. It was during a heat wave as well. So that was also something to contend with. But yeah, no, it was great. Loved it.
You just had some dates announced with TVAM as well, haven't you, coming up later in the year?
Yeah, TVAM's agent reached out to us like a few weeks ago. So yeah, that's in October sort of time. More sort of up north dates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, TVAM's great. So
yeah, I saw them a couple of months ago actually. They are brilliant, aren't they? Good band.
Yeah, absolutely. I think. Yeah, no, well, fingers crossed it will be for when we join them. Yeah, no, I did see them in Cardiff not too long ago.
Yeah,
and, they were great. So being involved in that is, we're chuffed. So it's really nice they reached out to us. So yeah,
nice.
Now suddenly come near us. Funny enough, they were all wishing they could understand it. You would always see the good things. We didn't know what was lost. It's just another kind of love in our lives. It's just another kind of love to keep me alive.
Stan, how did you guys meet?
So we met through a mutual friend, kind of, that I used to live with, And one drunken night out, I stumbled upon Nic. You know, it was just like a coincidence, really. We met at this place called Blue Honey Local. Rest in peace. But yeah, Nic was just steaming, which is usually how you find him. Well, not so much now, to be honest. But yeah, I think Nic was so drunk that night that I thought he was Irish. There's no stereotype going on there. It's just because his words were so slurred that it sounded like he had a different accent.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I do have a weird mixture of the sort of Valley's twang and the Cardiff sort of twang, which I've heard Irish before. People have said it's a bit Irish at times.
It's amazing how many bands must have been formed under the influence of alcohol. I think that those sort of late night conversations, and it's like, we should do this, we should form a band, we should do this.
Yeah.
99% of them don't happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
A quick question for Stanley. We've seen you guys a number of times, and the reaction's always been really great. Have you noticed your audience gradually growing over the last couple of years? I think we saw you probably 2 years ago, then we saw you at the Moth Club, and we've seen you a few times, and there's always a really positive response. I mean, have you noticed your audience just generally getting bigger?
Yeah, for sure. I think we try not to think about it too much, because otherwise it would drive us insane. But yeah, definitely when we've played shows, I mean, this year it's really kind of taken off, would you say, Nic? Yeah, I think it's...
Yeah, I'd agree.
And I mean, your sound is kind of like, when we talk amongst ourselves, there's a bit of Blue Nile in there, and we hear that kind of lush synth pop sound, which is really good. Who are your, both individually, who are your musical influences when you were growing up? I mean, who did you listen to?
Growing up, it would have been a lot of like 1980 to 1983 synth pop from my dad. So like a lot of Gary Newman. I mean, he's really into Japan and stuff as well, so I guess a lot of that rubbed off on me.
What about you, Nic?
I suppose it was a lot more probably soul influenced, so a lot more sort of Tamla Motown, a lot of Luther Vandross, which I think at the time, especially growing up, I'd naturally sort of tried to sort of subvert that type of music and sort of jump to the other side. Maybe I think I was probably listening to like bits of hip hop or, you know, indie guitar rock. And I think over time, as I've grown older, I've kind of actually looped back around. And now I sit home listening to Luther Vandross. So, yeah, it's funny how things work like that. Yeah, and then obviously going through sort of a lot of the 80s sort of bands as I was sort of through formative years, you know. Yeah, the Cure, the Smiths, the usual tropes, you know. So, yeah, it's kind of explored from there, really. Even I feel like we both, me and Stan, have kind of both naturally sort of explored a lot of the same bands at the same time, which is often quite good. Yeah, we've kind of found that we almost bounce off each other we go through following the same sort of influences or the same sort of bands at certain times, which probably helped our music in a way. We've kind of almost had the same, some maybe thought pattern or interpretation of things. So yeah, it's interesting how it works like that.
Obviously, we love the last two albums, especially this bad boy. I mean, it made our top 30 last year. It was brilliant.
Thank you.
When can we expect number 3? That difficult third album.
Yeah, I mean, we've just released a sort of standalone single the last few weeks, called Innocent or Guilty. That took a long time. That was a song that took many years. I think the original idea was in maybe COVID, and it sounded a lot different.
Yeah.
But the next album, we have a group of demos. that we are excited about, at least. So
You just watch this space, right?
Yeah.
yeah, it's
coming soon.
Will Innocent and Guilty be on the new album, or is it going to be a standalone song in the middle? I'm just deciding whether I download it or not.
yeah. I mean, I don't know is the honest answer, I suppose. At the moment, we're kind of writing and just focusing on the body of work rather than sort of looking about how things are going to be released and what's going to sort of fully feature on there. So I think we kind of try and compartmentalize our sort of thought process of let's do the album first, and then after that we can worry about like the administrative sort of side of things of how it's all going to go out or what's going to go out, you know. So.
Say you don't want me to go. Tell me where it all ends for you and for me. Find me innocent or guilty. Innocent or guilty. A heartbeat never tells a lie.
Yeah, I mean, that leads me on to my next question. I mean, what is your typical writing process? Do you write together? Do you write individually and come together? Or do you write for a project, or just when you have a bunch of songs, put them out on an album? I mean, what's typically the way you work?
It varies quite a lot, to be honest. I think sometimes there's certain songs that we've got something to say, so we just sit down on our own and maybe do like 80% of it because it's quite like a personal thing. But then I think like one of the main reasons that we're in bands is because of the social aspect. So writing together is we get loads out of that. So
yeah, I mean, I'd kind of I totally agree with that. I think we there are certain songs that, as I said, we'd write individually, and then I think it only actually becomes Plastic Estate when we show it to the other person.
Yeah, absolutely.
To get their interpretation of it. So, I mean, I'd probably say up until then, it's not really a Plastic Estate song until the other person gets involved.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Weirdly, it kind of does sounds like Plastic Estate once the other person's involved. That's probably the most common way that we kind of end up writing a song. I mean, we kind of meet on a weekend. It's sort of like we usually meet on like a Saturday, and it's a sort of form of like escapism. I would categorize it as you kind of, when I get to Stan's place, and it's kind of, we have 3, 4, 5 hours of writing where we kind of forget about everything else.
I get that.
I think it allows for, it's quite like a conducive atmosphere to, I think it was Nic James said something like, you can only really sort of write a song when your mind is in a sort of free, playful state. I think if you're trying to concentrate on trying to cram things in, like after work or whatever, for whatever reason, it just, it doesn't transpire. But that's the way we work, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, me and Andy was in bands. I mean, you're exactly right, because we was in a more orthodox band. I played synthesizers, Andy was the singer, and you can jam in a room when it's like more an orthodox band. We've also done electronic projects where it's a bit harder to jam ideas because, I've got an idea, hang on a sec, I'm just going to set the drum machine, I'm just going to, there's a whole, it's not got the spontaneity of a live band. So, if that being in the right frame of mind is perfect, because sometimes we've written songs that have just come like that, just fallen into place. There's sometimes we worked on a song which we knew had a kernel of a good idea.
Yeah.
We just struggled with it, and we just it just didn't fall into place. So it is down to like the state of your mind. And it's the same with listening to albums, I think. Sometimes I've listened to an album and think, I don't like this at all. And then I listen to it 2 years later, love it, and just think, well, why didn't I love this 2 years ago? You obviously frame of mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes you just like the thing with listening to albums is you have to be like, I don't know if it sounds cliche, but you have to be like the right person when you hear it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same with writing songs. Sometimes like you write a song and then you're not like the right person to even finish it. You know, you have to like, I don't know, go through something to see it from a different perspective or something like that. So yeah, absolutely understand that.
Yeah, so that's what you said earlier, Nick, about the latest single, "Innocent or Guilty." Is like that's been hanging around for a while. And actually, when you said, I got your influences straight away, Stan. But when you said about the Motown stuff, actually hearing that new single, there is a bit of a soulful feel to it that kind of harks back to that sort of mid-80s nightclub soulful stuff, as well as the typical Plastic Estate electronics, which I think is great. So it all starting to make sense now.
Yeah, it says to me now as well. So.
Guys, famously, Mr. Simon Le Bon championed Plastic Estate early on. How did that all happen, and what's the story behind that?
Stan, if you want to.
Yeah, we got a message on Instagram just saying we'd been tagged by Simon Le Bon, and straight away we just thought it was like a scam. Yeah. Some sort of niche scam. So yeah, and then turns out it wasn't a scam. We didn't have to pay them any money, luckily. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't really like loads to it. We're still trying to think of how they found our music.
I'm absolutely clueless, really. I mean, we had virtually no following at all, and no real presence either online. So, but they managed to stumble across sort of, at least, I think we only had maybe 3 songs out at the time, and they played 2 of them.
Yeah.
Way back then.
We found you through one of our subscribers on our socials, because it's great. When me and Mark started this, I mean, it's really, you're the ideal band for this, like bands that we believe in and should be getting more exposure. But one of our subscribers said, check this band out. And Mark and I always clicking on stuff to hear it. And I heard you, I said, Mark, check this out. And that was it. And then we came and saw you, and the rest is history. But it just gets frustrating when, we look at you and go, why aren't you selling out at Shepherd's Bush Empire, for example, and stuff like that. And that's kind of, it's great that there is that's one good about social media. It can help spread.
Yeah, when it's used in the right way.
For those who don't already know, you're our opening band for Electronic Cafe Live Volume 5 in September. Can't wait to see you there. It's going to be a great night. I think it's going to be a hell of a show. I think you've already mentioned not a lot of new stuff, but I'm guessing hopefully a new single will get an airing at the event. But
definitely. No, we're really looking forward to it. Thank you for having us. We're really looking forward to coming down for it. Joining Aircooled as well. Incredible band. So.
It'll be a good night, mate. It'll be a really good night. And so Mark and I were saying earlier, there's a lot of our friends are dead excited to see both bands. So it is going to be a hell of a good night, a really good night. So
when me and Andy see bands, and you're a perfect example. I think we first saw you the Shacklewell Arms. Is it Shacklewell? And we both kind of look at each other thinking, like, they would be ideal to play one of our shows. So it's really, we're thrilled that you can play it, and like you say, Aircooled are really great guys as well. I think it'd be a really fun night. It'd be good.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice when we go and see bands. Get hairs on the back of your neck, and it doesn't happen that often. But yeah, you guys definitely had that. And what I loved was that first gig, as Mark says, and we were chatting to you guys, you're both great guys, but I love the fact that we both love the fact there was a queue of people waiting to buy your merch. That doesn't happen that often, to be honest. For a band that no one probably knew that night, to queue up, and we were listening to the comments saying you're the best thing we've seen for years, you're great. Yeah, it must make you think all that travelling and hard work, starting to pay off. It must make you both feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels rather surreal, but we massively appreciate it. I mean, we've kind of always said we have this almost like this little mantra. I don't know what we want to call it, but we've kind of said we've already in our heads we've kind of succeeded in that we've written exactly what we wanted to write, and we've gotten all the enjoyment out of writing a song. So we feel like we've already done it. We've already sort of succeeded with something, but. The fact that someone else or other people also enjoy it is, that's a bonus. That's incredible.
So please don't make me wait here all alone. Please don't make me wait here on my own. Stay away from the streets, paved over the dreams of the last summer's eve.
Okay, a couple of fun questions to wrap it up. If you were stranded on a desert island, what would be your desert island dish that you would take with you?
A good question.
Tough one.
I couldn't answer it. I mean, it changes daily, but right now, what would be the album you took with you to the desert island?
Wang Chung To Live and Die in LA soundtrack.
Wow.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, no, but never have guessed that.
No. He's awesome.
But when you said about your early influence, I'm thinking, gentlemen take Polaroids probably or something like that. But no.
No, I've moved up a few years basically. I'm out having a second choice as well. Sorry.
Go for it.
Don't Disturb This Groove. That was a huge one for Innocent or Guilty.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Good choices.
Yeah, great band. I think mine would probably be. I have got the CD player in the car, and it just permanently has Hats, Blue Nile, which is probably quite an obvious one.
Great shout.
I adore the album, but especially Driving, because it's so slow. It stops any road rage. You put it on and it brings you down. It's
it is a great album. That's a great shout. Yeah,
beautiful record.
Yeah, that'd feature in my top 50, I reckon. As Mark and I keep threatening to do something like that, but I'm like, because it'll just change every day.
That's fine.
No, that's a great shout there, mate. Blue Nile, amazing band. Absolutely amazing. I've got one for you. So a table for 4 each. So you can invite 3 people to sit and join you for dinner, dead or alive. Who are your guests?
I'm a big fan of Patrick Swayze films, so maybe I get Swayze in there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Bit of Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, bit of Dirty Dancing.
Mate.
Love that film. I don't know, it's just...
Is it seen a side to you today that we didn't imagine? Like, Luther Vandross, Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to carry on thinking? Stan, have you got 3? As a thing.
I would just bring back people that have had controversies and we've never solved them. Yeah, I won't go into too much detail because I want to keep that lighthearted, but yeah, that would be mine.
You got 2 more yet, Nick, or is it just going to be you and Mr. Swayze and everyone else can piss off?
Swayze, Stuart Matthewman of Sade. I'm not sure. We'll call it that. We'll just get a table for 3.
Table for 3, yeah. You can all share the rest of the food that's left over. Listen, we'll wrap it up, but thank you so much. We can't wait to get this out to everyone, and we're going to be promoting the show quite aggressively now, and having a packed house to see what them, for those who haven't seen before, see what they're missing. We can't wait to see you there. Really lovely to see you both. Really appreciate you spending a Sunday morning with us, and wish you luck with everything you do. And we can't wait to see you guys in September.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us. Massively appreciate it.
The pleasure's ours. I mean, even if it's just for us to see you one more time this year, we'd do it. So, thanks for agreeing to do it. Cheers, guys. We love what you're doing. Look forward to seeing you, and thanks for giving up your time.
All right, take care, both. Enjoy the rest of the day.
See you soon.
Cheers,
thanks, guys.
Guys.